Hey y'all, welcome back. So a little while ago on this channel I did a video that was ranking all of the Draculaura dolls from Monster High, and you guys seem to really like that one, and I know a lot of you were asking for more. Specifically, I think the most commonly requested characters were Claudine and Frankie. So today we are going to be doing a similar video that is going to be ranking all of the Claudine dolls. Just like with the original Draculaura video, I'm only going to be doing the dolls that are like pre-2022, so I won't be including the Haute Couture dolls or any like future dolls. I'm just going to be doing the pre-2022 original sort of releases of Claudine. I also won't be including Claw Venus from the Freaky Fusion line because, like, not sure whether that's a Claudine doll or a Venus doll, and either way I'm not really a fan of any of the Freaky Fusions, so that's my take on that. Also, if you didn't see the last video, I am doing this ranking using a tier list that I have on Procreate rather than a tier list making website, just because it's easier for me. Also, if you disagree with any of my rankings, that's fine. It's just my personal opinion. If you guys do have different opinions, please let me know in the comments because I'm always happy to hear what y'all think about things. But yeah, it's not anything personal. It's just kind of my personal opinions on the dolls. So I think that's all the disclaimers. Let's just go ahead and get to the ranking. So the only short difference between this video and then the Draculaura one that I did previously is I did slightly change the names of my tiers. So starting at the top, we have Perfect, and then we have Good. Then we have Good But Not For Me for the dolls that I can acknowledge are great designs, but for some reason I just don't connect with them. Then I have Mediocre. I just feel like that's kind of a catch-all middle sort of ranking. I think that's going to work a little bit better than what I had before. Then I have Bad But It Gets Worse and Burn It. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just the middle one that changed. But yeah, so those are my tiers. Let's get to ranking. So this is a Claude 2-pack with Claudine. I literally, Winning Werewolves. I couldn't remember the name. I can never remember the names of these lines. This one, I'm honestly gonna say Bad But It Gets Worse. We're not starting off great, and I'm sorry, but I just feel like it's so boring. Like, there have been other sports-themed dolls that they've done that were so much better, and that just seems like not it. Then we have Dance the Fright Away. I don't love the colors on this one. I feel like Claudine usually has much more saturated colors, and they look better for her, but it's not awful. I'm gonna go with Mediocre. I think that's a solid ranking for her. Also, I should say that I don't know why, but I have never been like the biggest Claudine fan. Not like that I hated her, but she was just never my favorite, whereas I know a lot of people really love her. I will say going through preparing to make this video did give me like a new appreciation for Claudine, so like we're gonna get to better stuff. I also sometimes have to have two on the same layer. If you know Procreate, you know that there's a layer limit, and it's super fun. Okay, what are these called? Oh, Howleen. I mistyped it. Okay, so this is the Wave 2 release on the left here, and then a 2-pack with Howleen. Obviously, we're not ranking Howleen. So for this first one, I'm gonna say this one is Good But Not For Me. I do think she's got like a pretty solid design. I love the belt. I love the boots. I just don't think that if it were on shelves, I would buy it. So there's that. And then for the Claudine from the Howleen 2-pack, I think I'm also going to say Good But Not For Me. I like the cut of her dress. I think that's very fun. I think the one sock is like very interesting, and I definitely think Claudine is kind of like a fashion icon who absolutely would be trying to do different stuff like that. But again, I just don't think I would purchase her. Then we have Swim Class and Swimsuit. I feel like I had been sleeping for years on the Swim Class Claudine. She looks so good. I know she's literally just a swimsuit doll, so she's got a lot less clothing than usual, but I am gonna put her in Perfect. I think that is such a fun design. The colors are great for her. She just looks so good. Swimsuit is gonna go and Burn It. Nasty, plastic, molded on, nonsense, no personality. Like, Claudine is full of personality, and you did that to her? Absolutely not. Then we have got the Sleepover and then the Sweet 1600. So Sleepover, I think I said this in my Draculaura video. I've never been a fan of like sleepover dolls, really. I just don't get it. I don't know. I'm gonna put her in Mediocre because I do know other people like her, but I can't even justify putting her in Good But Not For Me because I just don't think it's that great. However, the Sweet 1600 one, perfect. It's so good. Again, I can't believe that I was sleeping on this doll because I just love it. It's so different. Obviously, most of the ghouls end up in dresses, so I love that Claudine ended up in more of a like tuxedo-esque sort of design, but also the capri length pants is just so different and so fun and amazing. I just love it. Then we've got Roller Maze and Skull Shores. The Roller Maze, I was not a fan of any of these dolls when they came out, which was a terrible shame because I do love to roller skate. I think that it was the helmets mostly. I think the helmets really ruined everything for me. Not because they're helmets, because like I get that it's safer, but I just think the helmet designs weren't great. However, barring the helmet, I think this is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in good. Because I wouldn't buy it, but I do think it's a little better than good but not for me, you know? And then again, I know this is a swimsuit doll, so there's a lot less going on. I don't know why I love this, but I absolutely love it. In this photo, you can't even see the swimsuit that she's got on like underneath, but this cover up, stunning. Those heels, amazing. The hair color, perfection. It's going in perfect. I don't know why. It took me until the year of 2022 to finally get on the Claudine train, but at least I got there eventually, I guess. Then we have Scarus and Shriek-Wrecked. Scarus I'm gonna put in good, but not for me. I definitely don't think it's like her weakest design, but again, if it were on the shelves, I don't think that I would purchase it. Shriek-Wrecked, I'm gonna put in bad, but it gets worse. I think the reboot really, really did Claudine bad. I just feel like she had so much design happening. Like she was so distinct and so cool and so different. And also like her face sculpt really doesn't work for me when it's like the super sweet one. Like she was fierce. She was not sweet. I don't know. So that's gonna go in bad, but it gets worse because it's definitely not the worst that we're gonna see, but not great. This is Scare and Makeup, which I don't even think I ever knew was a release, but I don't like it. I'm also gonna put this in bad, but it gets worse because at least there's some design to it. But unlike some of Claudine's outfits where there's a lot of colors and patterns, but she makes it work, I feel like that one doesn't work, at least for me. Then we've got Room to Howl. This is again kind of a sleeping one. I think she came with like a set here. Mediocre. Sorry. I'm not a fan. Then we have the original Claudine and the Power Ghouls Claudine. So original, I'm gonna put in good. I'm sorry. Out of the lineup of the original ghouls, Claudine didn't like really attract me. And also I think that there are other designs of her that are stronger than her original design. I'm gonna put it in good though, because like it's the original, so it definitely gets bonus points for that. Then the Power Ghouls, I think I'm gonna put in good, but not for me, because I don't think it's a bad design. I just like didn't like, again, any of the Power Ghouls line. I'm very specific with my dolls. I don't know why I'm like this, but I was just, no. New Scaremester, I'm gonna put in good. Her outfit isn't my favorite, but I love the shorter hair on Claudine. I think that looks so, so cool. The split dye. It's very fun. I think I said good, but not for me. I don't remember what I literally said 2 seconds ago, but that's what I'm gonna put it in now. Good, but not for me. Yikes. Then we've got Monster Family and then the Music Fest. Monster Family is going in Burn It. Again, no personality, and I hated this line. So I am biased against that one. And then the Music Fest, I think I'm gonna put in mediocre. Sorry, I had this complaint with the Draculaura version too, that it's a music fest. Like, people have such amazing, crazy fashions at music festivals, and you're gonna give her that? So boring. I'm gonna go ahead and merge some of these down really quick to make this a little more manageable for myself. Okay, here we've got Killer Style and then Monsteristas. Killer Style I'm gonna put in good. I don't think it's quite, like, I'm not gushing about it, but I do think it is a really solid design for Claudine. And then Monsteristas, I'm gonna put this one in mediocre, because she's got that same short. Claudine never had a Sweet Screams edition, but with Sweet Screams being a thing, any other sweet themed line that isn't up to that level just is not good enough. I Love Fashion, I'm gonna put in mediocre. I think I don't really feel anything about that doll, which isn't what you want to hear when you're talking about dolls. Ghoul Spirit is gonna go in Burn It, disgusting, nasty. I feel like we can pretty much all agree on that one. How Do You Boo is gonna go in bad, but it gets worse. I don't like that they kind of replaced Claudine's personal patterns with just the kind of generic Monster High logo thrown in there. But it's not the worst thing, so... This is also a How Do You Boo, but it's a How Do You Boo first day of school. It's like some reboot thing. I wasn't keeping up with the line super well, so I'm not sure how that differentiates, but this is gonna go in mediocre. I do think they were making an attempt at something good, and I think that if this doll had come out earlier, it would have been awesome, but no. Then Haunted, and then the Scarily Ever After. I don't like that in Haunted her skin is like drastically lighter. That's a little sus to me. Putting that aside, I do think that the design is cool. I like the pink on her, even though it doesn't have any print. It's a little plain. I like the purple hair all over. I think that it's like a good color for Claudine, like the purple, obviously. I think she's gonna go in mediocre because she has some good design elements, but I cannot get over the fact that her skin is so much lighter, and that just is real weird. That's real weird. However, Scarily Ever After, perfection. This has always been my favorite Claudine doll. I love this doll so much. It's, oh my god, she's just so beautiful. Then, Great Scary Reef. I have made this point with the Freak de Chic Claudine that her skin like randomly changes colors, and I've seen other people making videos on TikTok about the fact that Claudine's skin tone changes more often than anybody else's does, and like more dramatically than anybody else's does. So I'm not gonna like get super into that because other people have definitely made full like videos more eloquently than I could express that. But again, little weird. That being said, for the Great Scary Reef design, like purely just the design, not looking at the whole skin issue, I still don't think it's great. I'm gonna say bad, but it gets worse. Some of the Great Scary Reef designs I don't hate as much as other people do, but I just really didn't like Claudine's, even again aside from the skin issue. Then we've got Gloom Beach, and I guess I just love the beach ones for Claudine because again, this is perfection. I think all of the different patterns and colors on her swimsuit are awesome. I love the little cutouts on the sides, the fact that she's got like shorts happening there. It's just different and fun, and I love it for her. Amazing. Then we've got the Locker Edition and Ghouls Night Out. Locker is going to go in mediocre. It doesn't give me any emotions. Then Ghouls Night Out is going to go in good, but not for me. I'm really sorry. I know that a lot of people really love this doll. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I do love her makeup. That's impeccable. But like, I don't know. Sorry. Let me merge some more of these down. One moment, y'all. Then we've got Ghouls Night Out. This was part of a 4-pack. I'm gonna say mediocre, because honestly, I feel like she could have more exciting stuff. Again, it's not that bad, but like, it's just not really that exciting. Then we've got the Ghouls Beast Pet. This was part of a set. I'm gonna say bad, but it gets worse. I just feel like the paw print dress would have gone on whatever doll they picked for this, and it just happened to be Claudine, but it's not Claudine specific. Ghouls Alive has a slightly different design than her original design, even though it is like heavily inspired by that. I think the Ghouls Alive dolls all looked really awful. Just like the mechanisms in the face to make them the Ghouls Alive dolls look terrible, and I do think that this is kind of a downgrade from her actual design. I'm gonna say bad, but it gets worse. Ghoul to Wolf, terrible. Burn it, awful. I literally can't even see what wolf inspiration they were going for with that weird thing around her hips. Is that supposed to be like twin tail? Like, I have no idea what's happening there. It's just awful. It's just awful. That's all I have to say. Ghoul Sports, this is what I mean, okay? When I put the first one in bad, but it gets worse, this is a way better sports design. This I'm gonna put in good, but not for me, because I don't really do sports. Not really a fan. I don't typically buy sports dolls, but I can recognize that that's a much better design. Ghostly Tea Party, this doesn't look like Claudine in literally any way. Like, you cannot convince me that that's her style. You just can't. I'm putting it in bad, but it gets worse, because at least it is a style, but like, it's not hers. Frights Camera Action is gonna go in mediocre. I just don't really think this is it. But it's not like, ugh, it's not awful. This one, however, is, I hate the Save Frankie line. I just hate it. I always have hated it. I think it's just so dumb. It's such a dumb concept. It goes in Burn It. Sorry. I'm saying sorry, but I'm really not that sorry. I'm gonna start going from the bottom up here. 13 Wishes. This one, she's looking real good. I'm gonna say good. It's not quite perfection. Again, I'm not gushing, but that's a good, that's a pretty doll. This was the family 4-pack, and I actually think this isn't terrible. I think like the over skirt, like gauzy bit is a little bit weird. She's gonna go in mediocre. These are getting really messy, sorry. Then this is the 2015 basic, bad but it gets worse. It's just not it. Boo York goes in mediocre. There is design there, which unfortunately the fact that there is design is enough to get it to mediocre. That's how bad the two below tiers are. But it's just not good to me. Then we have the Coffin Bean set. It's hard to see because I had to like crop out the actual set, which was what the stock photo was advertising. But from what I can see, I do think this is actually a really cool design for Claudine. I love her makeup. I think the shoes are awesome. And yeah, I feel like this is pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in good. Merge some of these down again. I know it's not exciting, sorry. Then we've got Dawn of the Dance and Dead Tired. I know everyone loves the Dawn of the Dance, and I used to not like this doll. But I've seen the light, guys, don't worry. I saw the stock photo of this when I was prepping for this video, and I was like, why have I never liked this doll? It's perfection. It's so good. Like the green hair, the short hair. I love Claudine with short hair. I just love it so much. She looks so good with short hair. But the green all over, the purple, the gold shoes. Oh my god, perfect. And then the sleepover, mediocre. Again, like I know other people like this stuff, but there's a lot of mediocre. My bad, y'all. Electrified. That's gonna go and Burn It. Draculaura's went in bad, but it gets worse, but this one goes and Burn It. I'm sorry, that seems really bad. The emoji, I think this is what it is. Yeah, emoji. Also going and Burn It. The whole emoji line, dumb. At least Claudine had a hat, which I guess is kind of cool, but no. This was part of the Fierce Rockers 3-pack. She's not my favorite out of the pack. I love Venus from this one, but I do love the blue in her hair. I think that looks really, really cool for her. Honestly, I think the leggings is where she loses it for me. The top is awesome. I don't know about the leggings, but I'm gonna put this in good. She's still selling it for me. Like, honestly, I would have bought the 3-pack if I ever saw it in stores, so. Freak to Chic, this is what I was talking about with, like, the skin. Always weirdly changing for Claudine. I don't know, fam. Aside from the skin, I think that this was a great design, and so it makes me really sad because I loved the whole Freak to Chic line. I thought that was an amazing line. It was just so right up my alley. And they really did Claudine dirty with this one, in my opinion. I didn't like the gray skin on her. That just felt really bizarre. If she had been a regular, like, brown-skinned Claudine doll, I would have bought this in a heartbeat. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in good, because I really thought that was such a fun design, but I just couldn't get over that. Field Trip, mediocre. I can't explain what it is about it that makes it better than bad, but it does. Oh, was that it? Okay, shoot. I hadn't merged in a while, so I guess this is it. This is the ranking, y'all. Sorry, I got a little messy with my placements there, but you can kind of get the gist of it. Definitely a lot in mediocre. Sorry. But like I said, I have really, really seen the light. This video has definitely made me rethink the way that I saw Claudine, because I really didn't think that almost any of her dolls were going to be imperfect. And there's a lot in there. There's a lot in good. And then good but not for me too. Like, I really have a much higher opinion of Claudine. And again, it's not that I hated her or anything. I just never really felt drawn to her dolls when I was originally collecting them as a teenager. But yeah, now I love it. Now I'm like, I really need to get my hands on some secondhand Claudine dolls because these are beautiful. So that's what the video did for me. I hope for you guys it was at least entertaining. Hope you enjoyed this. Definitely, like I said, let me know what your rankings are down in the comments below. Like I said, think that Frankie was the next most like popular suggestion for another one, but definitely just share which characters you guys would like to see me do for future renditions of this series. I love making these videos. I think they're so fun. It's so cool to go back and look at the different Monster High doll designs and kind of reminisce a little bit and share my opinions, because you know I love to do that. So yeah, let me know which characters you would like to see more of these for. But I hope you liked the video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you next week in the next one. Bye guys!